Alrighty, welcome to my video, guys. Today we're going to be covering how to rebuild 2022 SSR125sr front forks. These are not the TR. The TR have slightly different forks, and you can still buy the dust seals for them. These forks you cannot buy the dust seals for unless they're from OEM. Everything I bought today was from either T-Bolt or Rocky Mountain ATV, and all the stuff will be in the description. Anyways, I'm going to go over some details. I cleaned these inner fork bodies, whatever the little shiny ones are, with some Scotch Brite pads and degreaser WD-40. Made sure to remove any scratches and look for anything that hangs on a fingernail, so you don't want to ruin any of those fresh seals. These are the outer fork bodies. So same thing here. Very unfortunately, kind of really messed up, and I scored the inside of these with a screwdriver like a complete dork. So make sure when you're disassembling these, you're extremely careful and you don't use anything to try and get these out. Otherwise you'll be stuck like me, and there's a good chance these are going to start leaking again. So cross my fingers. But those there. All of these I chased the threads on, made sure there's no crap in there. These are preload spacers. I'll go through some details on these, but they're really simple. These ones were just pipe. You can see that they're a little bit larger than the actual spring in diameter. So got some spacers. Millimeter, I did 35. You can honestly do more. Make sure that when you're doing the spacers, you go ahead and deburr everything if you're going to be custom making them. Again, T-Bolt sells their own, but honestly, if you have just spare pipe around or just kind of anything, it's going to be protected and not rust if you have fork fluid in it. So they're really easy to make on your own. These are the seals I bought for them. They did not have new dust seals, so I also went ahead and bought these fork seals to go on the outside. These should help with some of the dust, and I think it's pretty cool they even sell small like pit bike fork seals. So I actually don't know if you can replace these seals. I don't know if it would do much. This side right here too. Oops. And start it straight, just like that, with the big socket. If you're curious about the socket, I used to drive it in to 1 1/4 inch. A seal driver is a much better tool. I'm just lazy right now. These can definitely take some love tap to get in, but just needs to get to where you can see that. Perfect, so this one is done. I'm gonna do this to the other side. Alrighty, put some Loctite on that. This tube right here. With the tube just like this, spring there, and this threaded end, we're gonna start driving this up, and now we can use a spring to help. Alrighty, just like this. Now we're gonna use this whole thing, bolt there. Alrighty. Whole assembly, this end here. Now we'll take this, bolt this up there, and using our Allen key, try and find our threads. Okay. Pretty sure we just found them, because I can hear one side rotating in there. Our fork tube is not coming out anymore. All right, threaded. So to torque this one, I like to use an impact wrench, but you gotta be really careful. That's why I started with this. This is a size 6mm Allen key. But take a spring, place that in. Now we'll grab one of our ends. Actually, screw that in. And all this whole time, we're gonna avoid side-by-side twisting with the fork seal because we wanna avoid tearing that up before we even throw it on the bike. Now, we're going to, with this end on either the ground or a table, wherever you can get some force and compress these two together, we're going to use our impact on the other side and torque it down pretty tight. You want it to not come apart. That's also why we use some blue thread locker. With the impact, it thread in, and then I heard it click, 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 so it was threading and actually just torquing itself down. So now we're actually going to take this end off and put our preload spacer in and some fork oil. Alrighty. So we're mainly going to be using some ATF fluid, probably straight ATF to be honest. But the level of oil we need to fill it with is, with this fork actually compressed, need to be 100 millimeters from the top of this. It's a little bit easier. We can use something stupid like a little spoke, and we'll actually just simply go to 10 centimeters. Perfect. I'm gonna start filling up. So using the little light here, check where we're at with fluid. Oh my goodness, he is not happy. I'm gonna put this clip in. Got that little clip in there. I'm gonna put this just completely just down like that. Last but not least, before we actually tighten everything back down, we're gonna go ahead and put our dust seal on. Here comes the tricky part. It's actually putting our preload spacers in. So I'm actually gonna do this on the ground, and I'll try and show it on camera as best as I can. If you're doing the preload spacers, it's gonna go washer, spacer, cap. If you have any leakiness from the top, you can always just change this over now. Alright, during this clip I kind of just grunt because it's kind of hard to get on. Anyways, here's some changes I would do to your SSR125 if you haven't done any already. First, a Nibi carb, and I'd get that tuned and jetted. You should watch my video on that. Also, I would do a Fast Ace rear shock. I don't remember what weight springs you can get, but I think ours was 1,000 pound, and it works amazing. Forks are happy again. So that's actually one of them. I'll show you guys how we install the skins now. We're going to do 60% of this on this, and the other 40% on the outer, and we can zip tie it either right here. All right, now that was real easy. So now I'm gonna start working it around this outer one. Got it like that. It's nice and snipped down. Now we got one fork leg done. Okay, super quick, I thought I'd give you guys a few tips before I end the video to loosen um, that fork and take it fully apart, and to also get to the fork seal without actually poking it out or doing anything like that, which, by the way, will not work. You're just going to score something or ruin your seals. There is a better way to do it. You put all your body weight on that fork and use either an impact wrench or a drill or something with a little bit more force. I bet you could do it with just your body weight and an Allen key, but it might be a little bit tough. Then use that to loosen it, pull the inner fork tube out, then use a tire spoon or a tire iron, because it has that rounded, softer edge, to get up underneath it and pop it out. This was not very difficult when I did it, and it was a lot cleaner. Did not score up that other side. You guys saw how ugly and marred up that one side is. Luckily, it hasn't had any issues and it is holding up, but you just can't really repair those, and T-Bolt sells those for, I think, $250 or $300, and that's just not worth it for some crappy forks, in my opinion. Alright, now for snugging down that silver final fork cap at the very end. I would actually mount your forks to the bike, so snug down those 2 or 4 Allen keys on both sides in the position you want. You really want to avoid twisting. That's about it, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments. These forks are capable of working quite well, and I love these bikes a lot, so expect some more videos from me in the future. Like I said, I think I'm going to do a Nibi carb jetting and maybe air filter video, just to show you guys how it mounts up, and just some tuning stuff too, so we'll see. Alright, take it easy, guys. Bye-bye.